If you got a problem, talk to friend. There's no need to draw for the shank. Draw for the weapon, what are you doing? It's alright that you are screwing. If you got a problem, it's alright. What I put dirt for the guns and the knife. Focus well on what you're doing.
Both Small Heath and Highgate are areas which fall within the Nechells ward. They're both situated very close to each other, just a stone's throw away from Birmingham city centre. Nechells ward has one of the largest percentages of young people aged under 25 in the country not in education, employment or training. Highgate Neighbourhood Forum, a community-led organisation working towards improving the quality of living conditions in the area, have employed a team of outreach and detached youth workers to address some of the problems being faced by young people in society. The detached team have named this project CAPS, which stands for Keeping Adolescents Protected and Safe. The young team are working towards making services available to provide provisions for young people to enable them to tackle barriers for learning and social exclusion. The main aims of this film are engaging more young people by using outreach and detached work, raising awareness of healthier lifestyles using sports, physical activities and healthy eating, providing information about the effects of drugs, alcohol, substance abuse and sexual awareness, engaging parents in the development of young people within the community, youth provisions for young people to tackle barriers towards learning, employment and social exclusion, keeping adolescents protected and safe.
It's just to get not only the young people involved in the provision and what we provide, but to encourage volunteers as the older end of the spectrum, but also to encourage parents to give up their spare time or
support what we do.
And support what we do. And that can be anything from the Saturday morning football to just taking part in a course or something that we're running on a Saturday morning or whenever.
And to produce leaders from the young people as well. We need to you know, start them off in the right direction, so hopefully when they get a little older, they're going to be the future parents who carry on the trend, hopefully, you get what I'm saying?
It's interesting because a lot of the young parents now seeing what we do realise that they've got an interest in what we do as well, not just from the fact that their children come here, it's the fact that they realise that, you know, it's actually something that they really enjoy doing, working with like kids from all different ethnic backgrounds.
The youth team have been proactive in their endeavours to identify and work with the parents of young people using these services, many of which are in support of the programme and have volunteered their time to further increase their understanding of young people. Some parents are now thinking of pursuing careers in helping young people reaching their full potential and are getting involved more and enrolling on courses.
To see these little ones growing up now, I feel with me being an adult and a parent myself, I can kind of look at them and kind of show them the right from the wrongs, even though their parents are doing it. But still, when they're out on the road and their parents don't know what they're up to, at least I can be like that guiding parent to them. So that way they know the right from the wrong. If the community, if was to like club together and say, right kids, every weekend or every week you've got somewhere to go there, I do believe a lot of the parents would be a lot happier to know their kids are safe in a community where they know people are looking after them and not being out on the road. Well, I wouldn't mind being a youth worker myself because it opens a lot of doors, to understand kids. With Kevin and Reese and the rest of the guys, they've given me the opportunity of opening a door to be in the position that they're in and maybe jump on their backs, get some learning things from them, things that I don't know personally, they'll help me out. So that opportunity of learning how to be a youth worker will develop a lot of skills for me and know how to integrate with maybe a child that is so quiet and don't want to bring himself out, or you've got a child that's so loud you can kind of curb him down to be a bit quieter. So it's opened the door. It's opened the door to a lot of things that you can have. So it's that opportunity is there of learning a lot, of being a youth worker. So as I said, it's very good. It's very good.
My name's Jordan. I come from B12, and I want in my area God football pitch.
I live in the flat above the youth centre with my daughter, and I find the things that we do down here very, very good for the kids. There's a course running next week, and they've asked me to join to do this course, and I think it'll help me with my daughter and that as well, and with the other kids as well. If more adults got involved, it would be better for the kids, and it would be like a role model for the children as well. You know, instead of just dropping them here and then going and just coming back, they should get more involved. Where I coach my team, there's a park, but there's nothing for the kids to play on. It's just open land and grass, and that's it. And nothing for the kids to do, really and truly. Obviously 1 minute there was climbing frames and swings and that, and then the next minute everything was gone. And by me talking to other parents around here, that is what they all seem to be saying, that there's not enough things for their kids to do. You know, and then this centre, I think the centre's only been open so long, and the kids are so happy to come here. You know, and they argue about playing pool and things like that, but they're happy. You can see the happiness in them. And then when it's not open, they're just like, where do we go now? Or we'll go to the park, but there's nothing there, you know. Or they just kick a ball outside, and that's it really.
Hello, my name's Jay and I live in B5.
I'm Jade. I lived in Highgate for 4 years. My personal opinion about the youth provisions, they're not fantastic. Over the years they've progressed slowly. You know, there's a few more football clubs, more activities, they've opened a bit more, but there still could be a lot more to be done for the kids. Some of the things that have been done, I'd say, yeah, definitely, they have helped the kids maybe to progress and develop more than they probably could have if the certain facilities weren't around. Maybe, I don't know, maybe communicating with people, working better in groups, and just building up their key skills. Really, it has helped a lot. Yeah, like even with like day trips, it teaches them how, you know, how to behave when they're not in their own community, when they're taken out, and how to, you know, how to behave in the world. Really, use of the computers, for example, like college work and like looking for jobs and stuff, is easy access. What, you're here 3 days a week, so there's 3 more days I can be looking for work. Or even if I was to take up a college course, I could use the internet maybe to write out my work, etc., because I haven't got one at home. The gentleman coming last week, he was a great help, because my personal opinion about the job centre probably wasn't the best. But fair enough, they're trying to help, and I can see it from both points of view now. Obviously, certain things that I'm going to want to do, they won't be able to help me with, but I could still maybe try and pursue it on my own, and they could help me with other things, like maybe training. So that was good.
Well, my name's Jonathan Thorpe from Highgate. Someone called Chris that comes in the house with, like, on a Tuesday, comes in the house with job centre stuff. And since he's coming once, and I've got 2 applications from him, and I've got an interview set up from him helping me out with coming down, and it's building my confidence up to speak to people more often, and new people I can meet and just speak face to face with them instead of being shy like I used to be. I wouldn't have spoke to Chris the way I would if like he wasn't coming into here, because I felt more comfortable sitting here talking to him, because it's like around my area, rather than going to the job centre and having to sit in the job centre and talk to him. So this place makes me feel comfortable when I'm inside it. So adults don't really understand what young people are about, because they say to you, "Oh, get a job, get this," and to me it makes me think that they think getting a job's easy, but it's actually quite hard. I don't see that much communication between older people and younger people, so I reckon we need just that bit of communication to help us get to know each other better, rather than staying a distance and having a lack of communication between each other.
My name's Rima and I'm from B12. I know I'd like a cinema.